worked, as always, by David Pollock and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. He'll return it. Offense will get the football first. And it was a rough showing last week, and it all started with the quarterback, Jesse.
Yeah, he looked lost in that last game out. I thought the defense did a really good job of confusing him, mixing up their looks and their pressure. So no different today. The defense obviously watched the film, and they're going to come out and they're going to try to do the exact same thing and get this guy early in this one.
If I'm his offensive coordinator, I want to get started off on the right foot, man. Get the ground game going, make it easy, because last week was such a disaster. We want to turn the page. We need some confidence. We need some good mojo. First drive.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third down, he drops the throw. Grabbed in the middle. It's Knight. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Makes the catch. It's Singleton. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. Wants to go up top. Under fire. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. And the Mustangs will try to pin them back with the punt. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Corrals it at the 45. He's going to get loose. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers. As soon as you saw the flag come out, you almost knew what it was. Illegal block in the back nullifies a spectacular return. Looking to throw, it's St. Clair. Quickly out to the tight end. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. The Tigers can really attack on this second and short. They go to the ground. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
Really nice run there. This guy's so exciting to watch when he's out in the open field. Kind of reminds me of old Clemson greats like C.J. Spiller and Travis Etienne. When they got into the second level, you just held your breath because you thought there was a chance they could break it off for a touchdown. This guy has that same dynamic playmaking ability.
So now it's second and long. Missed receiver there, it's incomplete. Let's take a second and talk about Clemson. As most everyone knows by now, one of the top disruptors on defense in the country, 5-star defensive lineman, and they got him with a huge verbal commitment last week. What's that going to do tonight?
I mean, the excitement level through the roof. Getting a guy like that you know is plug and play. I mean, big, strong, athletic, makes your defensive line formidable right away. The recruiting class, they just gained some serious momentum.
Makes the catch. It's Smith. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Guys, let's chat a little bit about Clemson. Every team needs those big dudes up front, and, man, they got a mauler from the high school recruiting ranks. Big 4-star D lineman. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Well, you see the excitement from the fan base and the reaction. It's all over the place, and you understand why. Because just being able to have that size at that position, play the defensive line, is so important for these college teams. He'll fit right in.
You know, this is a running back who wants the ball, and he wants the offense to run through him. Really nice job there on the third down of this opening drive for his offense. I can't wait to see what kind of game
Let's see what Clemson comes up with on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And this was just a low man wins battle right on the doorstep of the goal line, and the defense comes up with the stop. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers!
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise in the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
And the extra point is good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. The Mustangs want to crank the tempo.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
Fires it incomplete.
And it's not panic time yet for this offense, but last week was a really bad performance. This week, starting off a little bit slow. They got to find some form of rhythm. They got to find some way, get a few first downs, get some playmakers involved, because right now they just seem out of sync.
Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Another incompletion on 3rd down. And the Mustangs will punt it away on 4th down. He gets his first one of the day out of there. They used him 3 times in that loss last week. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Smith takes the handoff. Turning it on! All down at the 39-yard line, but he's got 15 yards on the play and a fresh set of downs.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Looking down the middle. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Well, the linebacker's playing zone coverage, and he's just watching the QB's eyes to see where he's going to go with the football, and the eyes take him to the ball. He's able to swat it away. Great play on defense.
Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's James. They make the stop, but not before he wraps up this first period with a huge gain. We've reached the break. Clemson has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. With the run on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Clemson.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll go to the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The Mustangs racing to the line in the hurry-up. Off the play fake. Pocket breaking down. Down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
It's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now.
Oh, he's got some space. Big gain on that one as he stepped out of bounds with a first down. That big play flipped the field. Now they go to work from just outside the red zone. To the ground with the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. To the air, it's St. Clair. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. Now, guys, when you're talking about Clemson, when you break into the top 5 halfway through the season, been flying under the radar, and that is no longer an option. You want to see if this team can stay focused with all the attention they're getting.
And that's what's pretty cool about their season. Like, they're starting to get respect. They've started to earn that. I think we just got to realize, Palmer, halfway through the season, you don't get any trophies. That doesn't exist.
You just got to keep doing what you're doing, right? It's been working to get to this point, to get that number beside your name, to get everybody's attention. Now's not the time to freeze up and start getting nervous because you've got the spotlight on you. You've got to keep playing the game the way you've been doing it the first half of the season.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And he can't find his man in the end zone as he was trying to pay off this red zone chance. Let's take a second and talk about Clemson. Boy, did they have a big pickup in recruiting. Stud in the secondary. 5-star defensive back. Gives them a verbal. What a huge boost for this program, David.
This is enormous. Getting a guy in the back end, a 5-star guy like that, dude, it's plug and play. And those guys pan out at such a high level. Just they have so much speed. The measurables there. This guy should be an impact player day one.
He's got it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. Field shrinks. Tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Gibson. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down.
It's way too early in the game to say this is a must score. But, man, you've dug yourself an early hole. And this offense needs to capitalize. You're not getting the football after the half, so create some momentum now while you can.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. They'll line up for a second down play. Finds the tight end. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. And the Mustangs in the hurry-up. Looking to throw on first down. He'll try to do it himself. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. They'll go with the 5 wide out set on 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Just a short pass to the tight end. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Snagged in the middle. It's Gibson. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Grab near the marker. It's Knight. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to answer. Go straight ahead. Touchdown, SMU! Great job by the back on the option.
And I'm not going to say that was a must score, but that was a must score. And this offense delivers right before the half. Everything's starting to pick up. Hopefully now you build some momentum. You cut it to a 2-score game. Got to build on this momentum in the second half.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. Back to throw. It's St. Clair. Got it in the middle. It's Smith. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Might be calling a hot route. To the air on first down. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can't stop the clock.
You know, quarterbacks cannot stare down receivers, especially when thrown over the middle of the field. You've got to look these safeties off. That was going to be a small window to throw into anyway, but staring at that wide receiver made the safety's job so much easier.
Snagged out of the air. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. Trot off to the locker room after the field goal to close the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there in Death Valley. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day.
They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Wants to throw. It's St. Clair. Trying to make magic with his feet.
Defense is all about creating negative plays. And he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off. He takes off and gets a positive gain.
And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. And the Tigers are facing 3rd and inches. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. Offense set on first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered. Covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it. And the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Here's the handoff. Got the first down and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Clemson set up with another first down. Looking downfield on first down. Throws toward the end zone. And it's a touchdown. It is also a play in which there is a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. One hurts to have the flag come out and take a touchdown off the board after that play. First down here for the offense. Here's the pressure. The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Going to sling it on second down. Finds his tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. He's going to take off. Brought down at the 33-yard line as this defense gets... Third down stop.
Defensively on 3rd and long, you are dropping deep. You are making sure you get at least to the sticks. They got a long way to go. Don't let him throw the football. Make him throw it underneath. And how about this quarterback? He does an unbelievable job scrambling around now, hitting the gas, picks up so many yards. Now he makes it a 4th down and manageable. So much easier on the offense.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. Just a little off. Incomplete.
This is a situation here in the 3rd quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football.
And the defense, got him at the 27.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They built up some time of possession with that last drive, but couldn't turn it into points with the missed field goal. Breaks into the open. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Big play offense, and it has them threatening now. 1st and 10 from the 25. The give to the back. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll go right back to the run. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. Got room on the return. And after that huge gain, he will have a chance to catch his breath, and he's going to need it. What a way to wrap up the 3rd quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. So 1st down will open up the final period. Hand off from the shotgun. Look out, he's got room. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
And maybe the big fella can jumpstart this offense a little bit. They got to get some points, and he's that big physical guy breaking some tackles.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. The Mustangs come to the line in the hurry-up. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Touchdown, Mustangs! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby.
A lot of times you see those receivers, as soon as they get by the DBs, you know, that hand goes straight up in the air. I got him. I got to step on him. He got to step on him. And the ball was thrown perfectly out in front. You can see he runs underneath it, gets it, and gets the long touchdown on the go route.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Pulls and fires complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. This is the kind of run that falls in the category of sanctioned violence as he's up to the 31. The Tigers come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down. Needing to convert, Clemson comes to the line. The offense changing the play. Here comes the heat. Complete and looking for enough for the 1st down. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily.
And how about this coach, man? Trusting their offense, trusting their guys. You could punt the football away here on 4th down and see if your defense can end this game, but he wanted to end it on offense. He trusted his guys, and that is a huge 4th down conversion late in this football game.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. From the gun, the running back has it.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Leaves it with the back. They're just trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They're trying to eat up some clock here. 9th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 6. Scanning the field, it's St. Clair. Quick completion on the out. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. They'll keep the offense on the field on 4th down already with a 1-possession lead. He'll keep it on the sneak. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
Yeah, and I think those quarterback sneaks used to be for the big, strapping quarterbacks. But, man, nowadays, dude, all you got to do is fall forward, and it's such a hard play to stop. So you see this all across all levels of football, and it's just a difficult play to stop.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. Pulls it in. It's James. There he goes. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it. They should be able to kneel this one out. And a chance, perhaps, to salt this game away if this offense can pay this off with a late touchdown. You want to talk about building confidence? Coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at the right time can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matters. And this team has guys that have played a lot of snaps. They've seen a lot of looks, and they've lost close games like this in the past. Out there making big-time plays.
And I think belief is what you build. That confidence, you know you're going to win. You don't think you're going to win. You know you're going to make that play in the big moment that continues to build on week-to-week success. And you look up and you're like, dang, we strung a couple wins together.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports.